Just days before students go back to school, Eastern Canada is getting a blast of hot summer weather. Environment Canada has issued heat warnings for parts of southern Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. Daytime highs will reach the low 30s with humidex values nearing 40. A cold front will move into Ontario Wednesday and bring cooler, drier air. After a hot summer, it looks like Mother Nature is throwing us a teeth-chattering cold winter this year. That is according to the Farmers Almanac, a periodical that bases their weather predictions on a mathematical and astronomical formula. With more, I am joined by Peter Geiger, editor for the Farmers Almanac. Today he is in Lewiston, Maine. Peter, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Nice to be with you. We're going to enjoy the last few warm days before this teeth-chattering winter comes in here.
Oh, really? We just want to believe it's not. We can't even imagine what it's like to be in winter when we're all wearing our flip-flops and shorts because it's so darn hot. Tell us more about the findings.
I'm sorry, about what?
About the findings.
Okay,
your prediction.
what we're saying for this particular winter is that it's just basically going to be very, very cold. The maritime provinces are going to be cold with kind of a wintry mix. The Great Lakes is going to be cold and snowy, and then I think the worst is going to be the prairies. We talk about a lot of snow, a lot of cold there, and then as you get over to the Pacific coast, typical kind of winter temperatures and wintry mix. I think what's going to be unusual is I think the length of the winter. I think it's going to start early and certainly going to go through March. We talk about a couple of big storms in various parts of Canada. And so all of this is in the 2019 Farmers Almanac. And, some people are saying it's going to be mild, but you know what? We think it's going to be very, very cold.
Very, very cold, and it starts early. How early, Peter?
Oh, we start talking in, I think, early. Well, there's a couple of storms in November in the middle part of the country, but I think mostly December. There's like, I think 2 or 3 big storms that cover a good part of Canada in December. So let's hope for a white Christmas, and then the cold stuff is just going to come and come and come.
We're hearing that February is expected to be really bad, unusually cold.
Yeah, I mean, I think that cold is going to go right from Canada right down to the Gulf Coast of the United States. I think it's going to be one of those really strong stretches. I think it's the 12th to the 16th of February is when we kind of earmark the coldest part of the winter.
So we can't even escape to Florida?
No, you cannot escape to Florida. Actually, I think we even talk about a frost in, I think it's even April down in Louisiana. So I think we're going to thank Canada down in the United States. We thank Canada for the cold, but when it's hot like it is now, then we say, well, it'd be nice if it was a little bit colder. So when it gets really cold, we say, it'd be nice when it's hotter. We're never happy.
Okay, all of this is very depressing, Peter. How often are you right at the Farmers Almanac?
Well, that's a great question. People tell us we're anywhere from 75 to 85% accurate. And then that all depends upon where you live. And if you give me a little bit of latitudes, like last year we had 5 major storms that we earmarked, and we hit all of them if you give me credit for being off by 2 days. I mean, this is done 2 years in advance, but we tend to nail the big storms. I mean, that's probably easier than the thunderstorms in the summertime. And so I think we do a good job. But the Almanac is not just the weather. It's fishing information online. You can get moon information. And then there's lots of hacks and living, kind of how do you live life easier, better. And so it's all contained in the Canadian Farmers Almanac, and it's got the orange-green cover. And we're out now and online for sure.
It always makes a great Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
Peter Geiger, editor at the Farmers Almanac. Thank you, and enjoy these
last
precious
few
days of summer that are left. Take care.